The truth about YouTube money and how much YouTubers make just got revealed the other day when Moist Critical, a channel with 17 million subscribers, revealed his complete channel earnings on YouTube. And I found another YouTube channel with 19 million subscribers that also revealed their channel earnings. So we're going to see how much money YouTubers make, not to call them out, but because I think that money is a good thing to talk about. And if you really love YouTube and you have a passion for it, it's good to know like what you're getting into, because if you can get it to where YouTube is very lucrative. And I don't see a lot of YouTubers really talking about how much they make, which is kind of weird. So this all started a few days ago with Moist Critical posting this video, I'm not turning it back on, where he talks about how he's not turning back on viewer donations for his Twitch channel and YouTube, with his reasoning being like he has so much money that he doesn't want people to donate to him anymore, because that could be used on just something better. It could be used for charity or just your own savings. You don't have to donate to him, because he revealed how much money he's made across his time on YouTube. So first he showed his Twitch revenue. He streamed for 614 hours and made $55,000. This was before getting partnered with Twitch. But then after, he streamed, 3,600 hours and made $1.2 million. And then this graph shows he streamed 6,000 hours and made $4.1 million off of Twitch alone. So that's crazy good. That's over 5 million just from doing Twitch alone. So yeah, Twitch is very lucrative. And if you are serious about being a streamer, you could definitely be making this much eventually. Like, it's really cool. And then he went over to his YouTube channel and revealed how much he made across all of YouTube. So he shows across his entire channel from day one, he made $35 million, $35.8 million. So that's a crazy amount to make on YouTube, but it wasn't all just from the same source. So he showed this screenshot. He made 34.7 million on advertisements on YouTube. So just the annoying ads that you get, you have to press the skip button. That he made almost 35 million just by doing that alone. And then YouTube memberships, almost 600,000. Supers and gifts is 500,000. And then shorts, oh man, that's crazy. That's so low compared to his other numbers, but I guess he doesn't post too many shorts. But it is pretty funny. It is common knowledge that shorts don't pay you as much as a long form video. So this is really, really cool that he just posted his entire analytics. Most YouTube channels never share this kind of stuff, which I think is kind of weird. There's a lot of taboo about talking about money, but I don't see the point in gatekeeping it, because if it inspires other people to post videos and pursue YouTube, I think it's a good thing, honestly. Now, Charlie did go to say in his video that, of course, he doesn't actually have $35 million just sitting there, because he has people that he pays. He has a whole team. He's also donated like a huge portion of all this money to a lot of charities and stuff. So he doesn't have that much money, but the fact that his channel has made that much is really, really cool. And then there's freaking taxes. You know, everyone gotta pay taxes, which significantly cuts down how much money that is. Goddamn taxes. So that is what happened with him. But I found another YouTube channel called Unspeakable, and they have 19 million subscribers, and they get some pretty good views per video as well. And they posted on their Instagram account their analytics. So he wanted to share for 440 million views how much he would make. But first, throughout this reel on Instagram, he showed a few other statistics as well. So just in April, he ended up making $50,000 on YouTube, and he shows his other months. It's about 50,000 sort of on average throughout each month, which is crazy good. And then on this channel, in 365 days, he made $1 million. So in a whole year on YouTube, he made $1 million. And then next up, he showed how much 440 million views made him on YouTube, and it was almost $4 million. So with these numbers, we can kind of get calculations to calculate more how much other YouTubers make on YouTube. So we're going to do that. First off though, his channel doesn't have 440 million views. It actually has 11 billion views. So it's quite a bit more. But if we use the same math, like the same ratio of money to views from his video, then this 11.7 billion views would have made him estimated over $100 million. $106 million. That's how crazy YouTube can be. That's how lucrative YouTube can be. $106 million. Now, if you think this number might be incorrect or crazy, it's actually not. Because if you consider Moist Critical, he made $35 million on YouTube. His channel is smaller than Unspeakable, and the videos that he makes aren't as long or as crazy. Because when it comes to YouTube, there's something called CPM, which is cost per mil. And all it means is how much money you make for every 1,000 views on YouTube. It's how much advertisers are willing to pay for 1,000 views. Everyone's CPM is different, and it depends on what kind of content you make. But if you make $1 for 1,000 views, then that means if you have a video with 100,000 views, that's $100. Now in this video, we're not going to calculate CPM. We're going to calculate RPM, because RPM is the amount of money the YouTuber actually makes on the video, but CPM includes YouTube's cut, and YouTube takes 45%. So with this example, you wouldn't get $100 from a video, you would actually get $55. And that is RPM. Now, YouTube Studio displays your revenue in RPM, not CPM, so you see the amount of money you make, not the total amount of money the videos made. So Moist Critical's videos actually made almost double the amount of money that is shown here, but this is the amount of money he actually got from YouTube. But since this money is displayed from RPM data, we're only going to use RPM. Everyone's CPM is different, but we can actually calculate Moist Critical's and Unspeakable's RPM because they gave us some numbers. So I did a bunch of math, and for Moist Critical, his RPM is $2.84. So almost $3. And then for Unspeakable, his RPM is about $9. Now, these are very different, and there's a reason for that. These numbers are just estimates because years ago, their CPMs could have been higher or lower. It really just depends. Your CPM changes every day, and there's a lot of factors, but the main one that dictates like what this number is for a different channel is the type of content they make. Advertisers like certain content more than others, so Charlie's content is kind of a little more on the serious side. Sometimes he talks about more mature topics, so advertisers don't fully like that. But Unspeakable, obviously, a lot of kids are watching this. It's very family friendly. Advertisers are going to pay more for that. I have heard, though, that financial YouTubers get paid like even more, like even 30 CPM. 30 CPM is actually crazy. For 1,000 views, you get $30. So if you made a video that got 100,000 views, that's $3,000, and like 1 million views is $30,000. That's absolutely insane. Now, of course, that's before YouTube's cut. After YouTube's cut, you get 60,500, which is still pretty good. Now, these numbers can vary a lot. Like if Moist Critical got 100 million views on a video, he would make $285,000. But if Unspeakable got 100 million views, they would make $900,000. And it's just because their CPMs are different because they make different kinds of content and have different types of video lengths and a bunch of different factors, but their CPMs do change every single day. So the numbers that I'm giving here are just based on the average RPM that we calculated before, based on their numbers. And the reason why I'm throwing around CPM and RPM so much is because CPM influences RPM, of course. So there is a huge ballpark with all these numbers, but we're still going to calculate some channels. And I only really have 3 in mind. Some of the biggest channels on YouTube. Of course, we got to start with Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast on his channel has 98 billion views. Now, we don't know what his RPM is, but if Moist Critical had $3, Mr. Beast would have made on his channel entirely $279 million. But if he has Unspeakable's RPM, which is probably more close to that because they make similar content, you know, very family friendly, he would have made almost $900 million. Now, I can theorize that Mr. Beast is probably even higher. So it could be over $1 billion, but we don't know for sure. It's funny, just yesterday, Mr. Beast tweeted about spending $30 million on videos made this month alone. So the number's probably way higher than we calculated, which is so cool. Now, even though Mr. Beast could have made that much from YouTube, this doesn't account for things like sponsorships or brand deals, but it also doesn't account for like how much money it costs to make a Mr. Beast video, because he gives away millions of dollars per video. He has to buy props and hire people to do so many different things. He has a whole company. A lot of that money does get spent on making more videos. So just because you can make this much on YouTube doesn't mean you keep that much, of course. Now, let's say if this were T-Series. T-Series posts a lot of music videos and they have the most views on all of YouTube. They have 316 billion views on their entire channel. So using those numbers, if it was Charlie's RPM, they would have made almost $900 million. And if it was Unspeakable's RPM, they would have made, oh man, $2.86 billion. Crazy. Now, there's a lot to consider. You know, T-Series is based in India, and I hear that ads don't do as well in India. And they also make music videos. Longer videos do a lot better. Music videos are a lot shorter than longer videos, so you're not going to get as many advertisements on music videos because they're shorter. So I don't know if T-Series actually made almost $3 billion on YouTube. It could be a lot less. Unless music on YouTube pays even higher, then maybe they made more. I don't know. And then there's PewDiePie. He has almost 30 billion views on all of YouTube. So with Moist Critical's numbers, that would be about $84 million. But Unspeakable, $270 million. So it's a huge ballpark. I feel like PewDiePie's is lower than Unspeakable. Like, I mean, a lot of his videos back in the day were not advertiser friendly at all, so I think it is lower than unspeakable.
But advertiser guidelines were also a lot more relaxed, so it's hard to say.
Now, I don't say any of this to be like, wow, look at how much Mr. Beast or PewDiePie made. Wow, they're so rich. I don't care about that. There's a lot more to life than money, but the reason why I'm making this video is so that you can look at this and be like, wow, I want to be a YouTuber. I didn't realize it was this lucrative, you know? I didn't realize I could actually do what I love, making videos, and get paid for it, and be this well off. I think it's a really incredible thing, and so I'm not saying these numbers to call out any YouTubers or anything like that. I'm saying these numbers because for me it's inspiring, right? I think the best thing that you can do is follow what you love, and if it's making YouTube videos or something like that, then definitely go for it, because you can definitely make a living off of pretty much anything, but especially YouTube.